Hey guys, so today, we are I'm going to show you guys why my DJI Air 2S crashed in midair. Now, now, hold on a second. This is the right one. Okay, so, a lot of the flight logs are corrupted, but we have the last couple minutes, so, this is the map. Okay, so, on the start of the logs, the drone is 523 feet away from the home point. And it has been 16 minutes and 5.6 seconds since the propellers were started. The drone has 24% battery. Now, these are the joysticks: left joystick, right joystick, up, down, turn left, turn right, fly left, fly right, fly forward, fly backward. You get it. So, we're going home. And we're home. And I canceled, and the drone is oscillating between 1638 and 1640 feet. But I fly around while starting to land. And then at around 1,000 feet, I ascend until the battery is 6%, and then I start landing. I have no idea why I did this, but that's what it says. Anyways, right here, I start a screen recording, and I'll show you that afterwards, but I want you to watch the IMU altitude, the battery level, and the cell deviation, as well as all of these. As you can see, as the battery level goes down, the cell deviation is going up. Now, I'm going to zoom into this final area of the map. Cell 1 is starting to go under 3.5 volts. And the drone gives a note right here indicating that the battery has hit 0%. Right here. Okay, so now we keep going. And remind you, we're still 600 feet in the air. So while we're only 80 feet away horizontally, we're 600 feet up in the air. And the whole reason this is happening in the first place is because the vertical speed is only -4 miles per hour instead of -13 miles per hour. Now, we keep going. Sorry, I dragged it backwards a little. I didn't go up. We're creeping along towards the home point, and at this point, you can see the cell deviation crosses 0.1 volts, and the battery voltage is getting a bit low. It's at 10.2 volts instead of 10.8 volts. And this only continues to go down. Cell deviation 0.23, cell 1 3.1 volts. and keep going. And as you can see by the map, okay, and this is basically the end. What, 300 feet, okay. First warning. That's the second warning. First warning is, I'll go up to show it. Battery power restricted. Aircraft performance decreased to ensure flight safety. Return to home promptly. Yeah, DJI. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm returning to home promptly. And a second later, I'm not sure where that comes from. Critical low battery. Aircraft in auto power off protection. Forced landing in progress. Forced landing in progress. Auto power off protection. And if you don't know what auto power off protection is, well, basically it's the same thing as the critical battery landing, except you cannot touching the moving the left stick up or down will not affect its vertical speed. The only things you can do are turn left, turn right, fly forwards, fly backwards, fly to the left, and fly to the right. And it's starting to restrict the battery power. However, I later learned that it isn't restricting the battery power. The battery is restricting its own power because the voltage is only 9.4 volts. And this only gets worse as time goes on. Okay, stop right here. At 200 feet, we are basically in the final position for the drone. And the drone will not, the drone won't, and the drone basically won't move from here on out. So, we keep going, slowly but surely. And the cell deviation peaks at 1.36 volts. Now, the reason this isn't at the very end is because since the battery voltage is dropping to 0, eventually all the cells are going to balance out at 0 volts. Well, that's what would happen if the drone didn't if the drone didn't shut off due to lack of voltage and therefore wattage at 5.8 volts of battery power. 23 minutes 59.1 seconds after the motors were started, 124.7 feet up in the air, and traveling down at about 20 feet per second, or about 12 miles per hour. At a distance from the home point of 42.3 feet, a battery power of 0%, obviously, and, yeah. That is basically it. The drone is right there, and yeah, the battery basically just died. Straight up died. Just died on me. And all those red dots you see are just indicators stating the return to home process of the drone. I'm not sure why they're red, because that'd be like warnings, but yeah. And okay, so now we will watch the DJI Air 2S crash video.
Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. This is really, really, really bad.
As you can see, I am 850 to 900 feet up in the air, battery level of 2%, and a horizontal speed of 1.7 miles per hour, 230 feet away from the home point.
Okay, I'm trying to land, and I'm holding the stick all the way down, but it's not landing fast enough. I don't know if I have enough time.
And as you can see at least 35 houses in this picture.
Aircraft landing automatically. "40 seconds.
And as you
Please
can
save
see,
me."
the vertical speed is only negative 4.4 miles an hour on average, and the horizontal speed isn't limited.
I'll land it on the roof if I have to.
I can fly it at 30 miles an hour if I wanted to, but I'm just creeping it along because I don't want to overshoot the point where I'm trying to land or crash land if I have to at. And as you can see, I'm coming up on the home point.
Come down faster. No, 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 no.
And at this point, I see 0%, and I'm like, oh, you piece of crust. As you can see, I am descending as quickly as I can. However, we haven't had this. This information isn't from DJI, but I'm 90 a lot percent I'm pretty much certain that this is the issue. Because although this hasn't
Holy
happened to
crap.
anyone else,
Landing.
as far as I've seen, basically what's happening, I'm pretty sure, is although this isn't what DJI says, DJI says it was because of pilot error, which is weird, because they have the flight logs, and they say that according to the analysis, and their timestamps are completely wrong, because if you open up the text file on Phantom Help Log Viewer, and I'll put the link to the log in the description, so if you want to do a detailed look at it, you can. But, honestly, because DJI, we sent the drone in, they looked at the logs on the drone, and, what they didn't realize is that the flight logs were corrupted, because according to them, I launched the drone with 24% battery. However, that's very weird, because when at the beginning of the flight logs, the drone is half a kilometer up in the air, and it's 500 feet away from me. So I'm not sure why they say that, because they say please take off in an open area. Not sure why they said that. And launch the aircraft with a full battery. And yes, I did launch the aircraft with a full battery. They just don't know that. And because the problem is, it doesn't matter where you look. There is no flight log that goes all the way back to the beginning of the flight in real life. And I don't have a recording from back then. So basically, we're just gonna watch the fate of my drone.
No. Auto power off protection. Forced landing in progress.
Okay, now watch the vertical speed, the altitude, and the attitude meter. As you can see, the drone is basically in free fall because the voltage of the battery is so low at this point, and I'll show you. At this rate, we go up to 180 feet, and the battery voltage is just under 7 volts, which is not too much higher than halfway up. And in that amount of time, the voltage drops from 7 volts to 5 volts.
It's coming down.
And this
It's coming down.
is the final moments of the DJI Air 2S. Now, the landing point isn't here. It's right about there because a gust of wind pushed because it doesn't register this for some reason, but I mashed the right stick to the right at the last moment, followed by a gust of wind that was about 3 miles an hour, I think. But that was enough to blow the drone, like, I'd say 10 feet to the right, because the battery level was so low that the drone simply could not counter the wind, and it just got blown. And then, however, but you're gonna say, well, it wasn't accelerating that quickly. And yes, that is true, but the propellers were still spinning, just not fast enough to hold the weight of the drone. However, once the propellers turned off, it's basically like dropping a rock that weighs a pound from 130 feet in the air, while it's already going down at 12 miles per hour. That's basically what happened to my drone, because the drone was already descending at practically normal landing speed, and I'll figure out the exact speed of the fall within like probably 5 miles an hour. Because what I'll do is I'll probably figure out a way to like drop a 1 pound weight while the drone is descending at 11 miles per hour, like with a safe battery level. And then I'll just drop the weight at 125 feet, and it'll just go like that. And I'll have like a ruler in the ground, and I'll have my GoPro recording in super slow motion so that I can see exactly how fast the weight falls. Relative to real time, of course, and then using mathematics, you can calculate the speed in miles per hour using feet per second. However, let's watch this thing die, sadly.
It's coming down. It's coming down.
And then the noise. Ow! That's unpleasant. That's quite unpleasant. And then the last thing I read.
Aircraft not connected.
Yup, that's it. Done. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. See you later.